Hello.
No.
Hello. My name is Katora and welcome to Soul Food. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make um bobo de frango, or a chicken bobo, which is an Afro-Brazilian recipe which uses yuca and coconut milk blended together to create the most delicious, rich, creamy stew. I'm really excited to show it to you all. Please stay tuned. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using some yellow onion, garlic, green onion, bell pepper, cilantro, as well as some frozen yuca. I find it in the Latin section of my grocery store, and it's a bit easier than peeling fresh yuca. I've got coconut milk, as well as some tomato paste and Sazón Goya, which those two ingredients are going to add some gorgeous flavor and color to our dish. I've got some coriander, cumin, and turmeric all dried. And I'm going to go ahead and slice up my onion. I'm going to give those a rough slice, nothing fancy, nothing perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead in with some garlic, give those a smash, as well as a mince. That's going to add loads of beautiful fresh flavor to the chicken bobo. I love using fresh garlic in my food, although it's a bit of a pain to slice and dice and whatever, but I find it worth it. Next, I'm going ahead with my bell pepper. I'm using green as well as orange bell pepper, which you'll see in a second. I love the flavor combination between these two and the bit of variety and color it brings to the final dish. Here I've got 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I went ahead and washed and cut up into bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and season that chicken with about a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, some cumin, a few dashes of cumin. I love the depth of flavor it gives the chicken, a nice umami. And I'm going to go ahead and give them a mix and let it marinate while I work on the yuca. And I also got some freshly ground black pepper there. So to a pot of simmering water, or steaming water rather, I'm going to add my packet of Sazón Goya, and you can see that orange color if you've never used it before. It's going to add some flavor and color to the yuca. So here I go in with the frozen yuca, carefully, promise I didn't burn myself, adding it to that steaming water, and I'm gonna let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes. Mine took about 35 minutes, just until a knife inserted into the yuca comes out really easily. So I'm gonna let the yuca cool for about 15 minutes, just until it is cool enough for my blender to handle. Once that happened, I added all of the yuca to the blender, and I'm also taking out the long fiber that runs in the middle of the yuca. You'll see that here in a second. It just lends for a smoother final sauce. There I am, no, taking that out. I'm gonna add a cup of the yuca cooking liquid, as well as 1 cup of the coconut milk from my can of coconut milk, and I'm gonna blend that until it is all nice and smooth and rich, and you'll see that here. Oh my goodness, so creamy, so rich, and it is just 2 ingredients, yuca and coconut milk. So to a pan set at medium heat, I added in 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm gonna spread those chicken thighs out in an even layer onto my pan and let them cook for about 3 minutes aside until they develop a nice golden brown. That's gonna also add loads of flavor to our final dish. And here you can see I flipped the chicken over to the other side and let it continue cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes. And once that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and push the chicken to a side and add in all of the aromatics into the pan. This can all be done in one pot. No need to dirty up too many dishes, because who wants to do that at the end? Never ever me. So I'm going to go ahead and let those onions saute just until the onions are translucent, just a couple of minutes. I'm adding in my 1 tablespoon of tomato paste as well as all of those dried spices. I'm gonna put that in. I also added in a 1/4 cup of water. This is to help those spices not burn in the pan. Gonna give that a couple minutes, and allowing those spices to cook in the pan for just a couple minutes is really gonna intensify the color and flavor of the dried spices, give them a little bit of a wake-up call. And here I am adding the blended yuca. Just take a moment to appreciate that. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. I'm gonna add that into my pan, right in with the chicken, as well as the rest of that can of coconut milk that I had. I think I had just under a cup left. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and stir that gorgeous yuca and coconut milk, and the more you stir, you'll notice the color deepening from that turmeric and tomato paste that was added in, and at the end you'll notice a gorgeous deep yellow from this dish. This is one of my absolute favorites to prepare. At this point, you can go ahead and add in salt to taste. I added another additional about 1/2 teaspoon of salt to mine. And guys, that is it. So here is that final product. It looks even a little bit lighter than it was in real life because of the lighting, but there's some fresh cilantro. Go ahead and serve that on a pile of steaming jasmine rice like I did, along with some fresh lime juice, green onion, and cilantro. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed the recipe, and subscribe, of course, for more. Thanks.